So you join us back on the dock, and we thought we'd go through a few setups that are fishing specific, so species and technique specific, to give you a little bit more understanding of where to pair those bait casters with which rods. And we're going to talk mainly about perch fishing in this particular section. Obviously, when perch fishing, you're going to be using more light and ultralight rods. You're going to be pairing those with BFS, maybe 50 or 70 size reels. But we've picked up two of our favorite BFS setups. What have you got in your hands, Chris?
So this is the brand new SLX BFS. It just came out in 2025, so it's brand new. I paired that up with the Zodius 164L, also the BFS version. It's a light rod, and it's the most affordable BFS setup you can match up in the Shimano brand. And it's awesome. You can fish from the lightest lure going down to 1.5 grams easily up to, like, let's say 10 to maybe to 15 grams. It does it all, and it's really lovely to catch even small perch, but it also has the potential to catch really big fish.
They are a fantastic rod, and that carbon wrapping down the blank as well gives you a little bit more stiffness in the midsection. Obviously, the monocoque.
The monocoque sensitivity, that's a game changer in the rod lineup. But you also have a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, this is top of the range, the Poison Adrena BFS paired up with an Aldebaran BFS. I mean, it doesn't really need much more explanation than that. This is a phenomenal perch fishing package. Sensitivity, power in the right sections of the rod. Pretty much exactly as Chris has said, you can fish it from 1.5, maybe slightly lower if you're pushing the envelope, up to 12, maybe slightly higher if you're pushing the envelope. I have been pushing the envelope with these rods quite a lot over here in Holland, and I can tell you that they really do handle it. So yeah, the Poison Adrena Aldebaran BFS is the top of the BFS range. So we've started with the perch rods, and now we're going to move to the other end of the spectrum. We're going to look at the pike rods. So talk us through the rods that you've picked out to talk to the guys about.
Yeah, the other end of pike fishing is like an extra heavy rod. This is the Yasai LTD. It's the pike, swim and soft bait version. It's a very long rod, and as you can see with the Soul Swim attached, it's a 120 gram lures, and it's easily casted with this rod because this rod has really a lot of power. You can easily cast 20 centimeters or even bigger lures. Paired that up with a Calcutta Conquest 301 MD, so the toughest reel we have in our lineup. That's a perfect combination for really throwing big baits.
Yeah.
And since the handle is very long, you have very good leverage to cast far. And when you set the hook, you can put the handle under your arm and you can really set the hook and fight the fish.
Love it.
When you don't like to fish like that big of a lure, let's say you are fine with fishing an extra heavy lure, which is up to 100 grams, you can use the new Poison Adrena, which is a more finesse style of fishing for pike. This is the 174. It's an extra heavy swim bait version of the Adrena. Paired that with a 200 size reel, in this case the Curado DC 201. So you have the DC system, which helps you casting through the wind. And therefore we have here a new swim bait. It's the Hyper Hybrid. It's a 200 millimeter version, and that combo is lovely. Yeah. It's way lighter than extra heavy. It limits your weight. You can't throw the 25 centimeter lures, but when you're in that range, that combo is really perfect. But you also have a good combo.
Lovely combos. I mean, I always lean towards more of the finesse side of pike fishing, to be honest, which is where my brain goes. So this is the 174H. So this is the swim and big bait Poison Adrena. This is a 15 to 56 gram. Like I said, a little bit more finesse. For fishing those smaller baits like the armor joint, it's got a bantam on there as well. It's just a perfect, light, more finesse big bait setup. And as with everything in the Poison Adrena range, all of the sensitivity that you would expect from a super high-end rod. Right, so we've done perch, we've done pike, and now the next logical step is the Zander. So interestingly, Chris is holding onto a rod that I know very well from the UK, from my sea bass and wrasse fishing. Tell me a little bit about that Lunamis.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Lunamis originally was designed for fishing for sea bass, but I tell you something, this is perfect for Zander fishing here on the shore especially. This is the B86M, so it's a very long rod. It's around 2.6 meters. It's a medium rod, but it has a lot of power, even though it's a medium category. I paired it up with a Metanium MGL, the 151. Awesome combination, very balanced. And what I like with this combination, you can fish hard baits. And this is also designed for sea bass, but this, I tell you, is my favorite lure for Zander fishing. It's a Silent Assassin 129F, the floating version, so you can fish close to the bank and the Zanders really hammer it. But the rod is also very, very sensitive to jig it. So it has a fast action. It has not an extra fast action, but this makes it such a good all-rounder, and I love fishing with this rod from the bank. But you also have a nice rod. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Well, this is the X-Pride 172H. Obviously, if you were to pair that up with the same Metanium, this is more of an all-rounder from boat and from the bank. I mean, they are so sensitive, aren't they? There's nothing, well, there's lots of things that's nice in the hand from Shimano rods, but this is particularly nice. Feels very, very light. With that carbon wrap down the middle of this section, you've got loads of strength here, and then an extra fast tip section. Perfect for setting the hook on those hard mouth Zander. Like I said, it's just another option. It's interesting to see you going down that road from the shore. That's definitely one that I'll be pulling out when I get a chance. Hopefully that's helped you with your Zander fishing. Right, so we've gone through perch, pike, Zander, and now we're going to look at two opposite ends of the spectrum. We've got a trout rod on this side and we've got a catfish rod on this side. I've also noticed that there's something a little bit special about that Aldebaran. Talk me through that trout setup.
Yeah, so this is my lovely trout setup. It's a Cardiff AX rod. It's 1.5 to 8 grams, so it's really, really light. And I paired it up with the Aldebaran BFS. You already mentioned it. It's an absolutely lovely reel. But I tuned it a little bit. As you can see on the knobs, I made some cork knobs on it. Those are the knobs from the Cardiff spinning reel, and this combo matches like pin perfect. And you are able to cast the lightest lures. This is called the Refrain, and it's a very, very small trout bait from Shimano. And you casted it before, right?
Yeah, it was super easy.
It's like you can cast it far. You can cast it really far because this setup is perfect. Perfect for trout fishing. You can either use it for perch, but it's designed for trout, and it does that job really good.
And the Cardiff AX range, I mean, looking at the cork, especially lined up with the cork on that, that is an exceptionally good-looking setup. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we've got the Calcutta Conquest MD sat on a Beastmaster catfish rod. This is a 200 to 300 gram rod. When you compare, what's this one, 2 to 6 gram, even smaller than that.
You can cast the whole weight of the rod with this rod.
Yes, exactly. So we are definitely at the other end of the spectrum. A fantastic option for catfish. Lovely fighting grip on that rod. If you do want to go even bigger than this, you can go into the Shimano saltwater range as well if you need more line capacity. Like we said at the beginning of this training video, there really is a Shimano reel for every single occasion. So hopefully we've talked you through a few setups. Hopefully that's helped you on the other end, and we'll speak to you in the next section. So I know I said that the trout and the catfish setup was the last one in the range, but we had one more setup hiding around the corner that Chris wants to tell you about. So Chris, talk to me about that poison adrena that you're holding in your hands. Yeah,
recently I really enjoy black bass fishing, and since black bass is also thing in Europe, I would like to show you my favorite combo. The do-it-all best all-rounder for black bass fishing is the Poison Adrena 173, the medium heavy model, so you can throw from a small Senko up to a big hard bait. You can do it all. Paired with a Metanium DC 71 reel, that's the golden standard. You know, you can do it all. You can cast in the wind, you can cast the lighter lures, you can cast heavier lures. And this rod combined with this reel, it's awesome for black bass fishing. You can even lift fish in the boat. It's easy.
Yeah, I mean that Metanium DC set with a World Diver or World Minnow, the way that reel casts is just phenomenal. You will not ever be disappointed with a Metanium DC 71. They are just perfect. Thank you very much, mate. We're going to move on to the next section. We'll see you in a second.